Hello traders, Day Trader Matt here of businesswithtrading.com, doing a trading strategy recap for Thursday the 7th of May. And today was another interesting trading day. Today we ended up with 2 trades and 3.5 points. Definitely not too bad, and we can add that to our running total already that we have going this month. Today price opened up basically in line, moved sideways, and then started going higher. And I think it was kind of in a choppy fashion, but it is what it is. Our first trade was over here. We watched price chop around a little bit for the first half hour or so, and then we ended up taking a short right in here and ended up taking profit on this move down here. Price moved back up, chopped around a little bit more, and then it started to move lower. Thought it was going to move lower than it did because we were going to look for a long, but it didn't do that. And then it started to move up, which is very interesting. We tried to get in over here, could not. Price did come up, and we got in right in here, and we ended up taking profit right here. We were watching the market move up, and we moved our stop up, and then it came down, and we made a quarter point there. So, made a handful of trips to the dollar store or dollar menu, whatever. It's not like we go there anyway, but it is what it is. It's a good reference. So anyway, price comes down. We're looking for something to play out to get us long. Didn't really see anything, and then price just started to move up. It's very interesting. Looking at a long a little lower, didn't happen, and we ended up just closing the room. It is what it is. And you have to be comfortable with your trading strategy, with your method. Are you going to try to make 50 trades per day? Are you going to watch 15 different indicators, oscillators, whatever you want to call them? There are a couple things that can add to the probability, and a lot of things that can detract from the probability. Looking at 15 different things, for example, that's stupid. I always say there's no such thing as a dumb question, because if you're asking to actually learn, there is no such thing as a dumb question. And that's what I assume everyone is doing. All the questions that I get are pretty well thought out. Can you tell me more about this? Can you tell me more about that? Because I've been thinking this, and that. Or I did this, and that. Why am I still getting, bad stuff happening? Or can you help me do this because this didn't work? Something like that. Those are well thought out. But being smart and being dumb are different things. Maybe you're doing dumb things, but you're ignorant of the fact that they're dumb. Does that mean you consciously made an effort to do something stupid? No, definitely not, because you're not even aware of that. And a lot of the education out there in the trading industry, it just pisses me off because it just does not make sense. And a lot of so-called educators, I'm doing quotation marks with my hands, but you guys can't see that. A lot of the so-called educators are giving away like free systems and free, strategies, and why are they giving them away for free? Because they're all bullshit. I actually saw somebody, they gave away this free strategy, and it's like, okay, you want to watch, RSI that's at this weird reading that no one else has probably used, and, you want to wait for it to line up with some moving averages and, Bollinger Bands, and, You want to look for this type of a candlestick, and it's like, wow, that's such bullshit. You want to wait for all that stuff to line up. And because you're watching, 10, 15 different things, it really creates such a convoluted view of the market. It confuses the hell out of the brain, first of all. And because it's so confused, it doesn't know what the fuck to do. And sometimes it just creates trades. Because what the hell am I doing? I'm confused as hell. What do you do when you're confused? Think about that. Put yourself in a different situation, not trading related. You're confused as hell. What do? Well, then, you're trading. Your brain's really confused because you're watching so much bullshit. And you don't really know what you're doing anyway. What happens? Even if the so-called system that you're using has a positive expectancy that you've been told because you haven't done any back testing, is it really going to help? And that's really what you have to think. Is it really going to help? Because I got a question about, why do I only take a couple trades per day? Why don't I take 10 trades or 20 trades? Could I take more trades? Yeah, of course I could. Before I started the trading room, I was more of a like a cowboy sort of thing, like a gunslinger, and I would make a bunch of trades, and my P&L would fluctuate a lot. A lot of days I'd be down 10 points and up 20 points, and maybe not that much, but down 8, up 20. I would fluctuate a lot, and I would go home with average 15 plus points a day, and my P&L was very dramatic. It would fluctuate a lot, and so much so that the majority, and when I say majority, I mean like 98% of the population would be uncomfortable with that. And I know that. And even if you say that you're comfortable with that, if you have never experienced that, then you need to think about it a little bit more. Even if you have experienced it, would you like to experience it again? Is it fun being down to 8 points? What if you're down 8 points 3 days out of a 5-day week? Maybe you are up 4 points, up 10 points, and you're down 8 points. Think about that. And that's why I've gotten a lot more conservative than I was. I had very dramatic swings in the P&L. And it's just one of those things. You have to be comfortable with your trading style. And that's why I tell you that. Where I was before, where I am at now, because you have to be comfortable with your style, with your system. And I didn't only change that risk because I had a trading room. No, I changed it because when you're younger, at least for me anyway, I was okay with that. I'm okay with those types of price swings because I know that with my strategy that I will make a shit ton of money, because that's what it's about. Not only because of money, but we trade because we want to make an easier life. And for me right now, that's exactly what I like. I trade 2.5 hours during the day. The rest of the day, I'm watching swing trades, watching option trades. But it allows me to relax a little bit more, rather than day trading all day long, where you have to be intensely focused. And after the day's over, you just want to drive your car into a fucking building. And it is what it is. Don't sugarcoat it. It is what it is. But I tell you all these things just to, I guess to answer that question. You have to be comfortable. It's not cool taking, that many trades, 10, 20 trades in a 2.5 hour period your entire life, because you're just going to drive yourself insane. So anyway, hopefully that answered that question. That's my perspective on the topic. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to email in support@abusinesswithtrading.com. If you have anything to add to the discussion, maybe you have some personal experience, feel free to leave a comment below. You can also email me if you'd rather do that. I can read it on the air, or I cannot. You can let me know. Support@abusinesswithtrading.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.